What is up, people? Rev Avi checking in live. Magic quarantine talk. What's going on? Hope everybody's having a great day today. I'm going to give people a chance to get on. Let me get my comments going. Kind of a surprise live. I didn't really announce it or tell anybody that I was going to do it for sure, for sure or not. But here I am, waiting to answer your questions, give you some insight and stuff like that. I actually pulled out some more of my grimoires, my books of shadows, my notebooks, to which I have a shit ton of these. I collect them, I write in them. Look, this one has Kingdom of Flames sigil on there. And it's so important to have a book of shadows, okay? I talked about this before. It's really important to take notes, to remember the different phases and different times of your life. This book is really going to help you. The Book of Shadows really does help you connect with your subconscious mind and relive those memories the things you may have forgotten. These books have dreams and stuff like that, from when I was at a much younger time in my life. Here's a really cool sigil that I kind of drew up for the book. Really interesting little sigil there. I don't know if you can see that. Actually, it's pretty damn cool. I forgot that was in here. But yeah, so and as you can see, this very first page, it talks about what's in the book, which is, of course, this purple one is my book of the knowledge of dreaming. Conscious control of dreams and how to achieve OBEs. So I wrote down all my experiences, tests, stuff that I do, experiments that I ran. There's just a ton of stuff in here about my experiences with that type of stuff. So you guys should definitely have notebooks. You should have stuff that you write in. You should write down stuff. Here's inside of that Kingdom of Flames book. I got stuff written down about different entities and different spirits that we work with. Actually, I think this one is my wife's. We have matching books. She has one of her own, and I have one of my own. So it's really interesting, and I highly recommend that everyone engage in doing that. Writing down stuff, taking notes. That is very important with your practice. Okay. So what's going on, people? I see you popping in, Larry, Asen. What's going on, guys? So with that said, let's move right along. I had some questions pop up in the group. I took a day off yesterday. I was going to take the whole weekend off, but after last night, I decided to jump on and address some stuff that happened in the group, and then I'm going to talk about some different subjects. So there was like a weird post or something that went up yesterday, and even I partook in the post. So I wanted to clarify because I deleted it, and it's not that big of a deal, but I do want to talk about it and why I deleted it and why that post was so important. So there was a post that came up in the group where it was like everybody say something that a Christian would say, okay, after you have shut down their argument, okay, about their religion. And so everybody was going off, making posts and comments and stuff. It's fantastic to have people be active. But, I was in a really, really, really deep trance last night. And I looked at my phone, during this time, and what I saw was those comments. Everybody saying the exact same thing a Christian would say. And I was taken back to my childhood where it was like my mom was standing in front of me, or sending me a text on my phone and saying those things exactly to me. Okay? And so it's important that we don't harbor that kind of energy here. And we understand that our words have power. I talk a lot about spell work. What spell work is, okay, what spell work truly, truly is the art, okay, of using words. Spelling is creating words, okay? Spell work is the art of using words to create that change, okay? So therefore, it's very important to be aware of the things that we're saying, to be aware of the things that we're doing, because there could be someone that's brand new to the path, that has no idea about anything, that could be at home facing that type of stuff, And so I think that that could be a trigger for some people like that. So let's just all try to be aware of the things that we say and the things that we do, so that we can create a different type of energy in this group. Okay, as we continue to grow and reach out to more people, let's keep it very positive, and not do the same things that some of those people would do to us. We don't want to be rejecting anyone or giving off that negative energy. Okay, so let's move forward. A question came up in the group, and somebody asked, what was the relationship between the law of attraction, okay, and the left-hand path, okay? So let me give you a little bit of insight on that. Some people know about the law of attraction, okay, but don't know about the concepts of magic. And with that in mind, we can sort of examine the two things and see what the common sort of ground is here. So the first thing you need to know is, with the law of attraction, it's all based on, again, electromagnetic energy and the understanding of that. So having a desire or a want, and then trying to attract that thing into reality, okay, manifesting it. So the left-hand path is specifically concerned with exactly that same thing. We are harboring the individual desires of each person, okay, and then using our energies to draw in and manifest those things into reality. So with that said, we don't have to exile people and have a negative energy in order to do this. Okay, we're going to lead with a new type of example where nobody has to feel exiled in this world. Okay, we can accept everyone's concept of what their reality should be without argument. Okay, there should be no argument there. We don't have to all have agreement in order to exist, and that's super duper important. Okay, so that's the common ground between the law of attraction and left-hand path magical structure. It's actually the same exact thing. Okay, so when it comes to dealing with magic, you can actually use the stuff that you learn from the law of attraction, whatever book or system that you used. One of the ones that I really like for law of attraction type work is the Master Key System by Charles F. Hannell. Is just a fantastic book to learn about the law of attraction. Another great book is Psycho-Cybernetics. And I can't remember the name of the author right now for some reason, but Psycho-Cybernetics is a great book on the law of attraction and that sort of understanding, which is magical understanding, because magic is science and science is magic. Okay, so these are not necessarily books that you would find in an occult store. You could probably find these books anywhere, probably in a library or something like that also, especially the Master Key System. That's one of the books that people like Bill Gates talked about that inspired him to go out and create companies like Microsoft. Okay, so those are really, really powerful books. So if you have never read it, I'd highly, highly, highly recommend that you do. Okay. But that's the relationship between those things, and the magic, and how you can start to incorporate this and really make it have a scientific and true ground for the things that you're trying to study. Okay, so I hope I've broke through a few barriers and walls there for some people. Let me scroll back up here and check out some of these comments. What's up, Lawrence? I see you guys. Cool. So another question that popped up for one of my close friends. Name is Mercedes. She's not really my close friend, but we have met each other on several occasions. But she asked if anyone had worked with Melekteus, or Melektos, or however you would like to pronounce it. But we all know who we're talking about, which is one of the personifications of Lucifer as the peacock. This comes from the Enuma Elish. Okay, there's a copy in the file section if you guys want to try to download that. It's in the public domain, so it's absolutely free if you guys want to grab that book. I also have a version that has my commentary in there, okay, alongside the book, to try to help you understand some of the more esoteric concepts that might be hidden in there. Okay. So if you guys want more information about that, the Enuma Elish is a great book. It comes from ancient times, and it's another creation saga outside of the ideologies of the Bible or something like that. It just gives you a different story, a different belief system to grasp onto, so you can start to build your spiritual structure. Okay. Larry, hasn't Joseph written something about law of attraction? I do not know. You would have to ask him. He has written a few books. Joseph has written a few books. I'm not sure, 100% sure what they all are. Okay, so without giving you false information, matter of fact, he's on here. You would have to talk with Joseph, and he can let you know about his different books on law of attraction and stuff like that. Also, my book covers a lot of the same ideas and structures as well. So if you guys have a copy of Semita Deorum, it covers a lot of that stuff as well. I'm actually doing a edit on it right now, and I'm going to be doing a re-release, which is going to be going worldwide and out to the public, because I originally started to just do it, like I said, I was writing a book for my girls. Actually, I have one of these notebooks over here is one of the books I started writing in, and I was just going to write down my ideas for my girls, and then I ended up starting this group, and people were asking questions, and I was answering the questions with the same stuff that I happened to already be writing down. You know, so it was like literally synchronization happened. I was writing in the book, people were asking questions, so instead of writing it all, I ended up typing it into the Facebook group, and then it turned it into an entire book. Okay, it started out with just stuff about chakras and energy, and then it turned into a book that's over 400 pages. Okay, leading up to and including definitions of the 72 goetic demons, how to conjure and manifest them, getting over fears, understanding the brain, all of that stuff is in there. Okay, I structured the book in a way where it includes sort of a definition of what the human being is from ancient Egypt. So you get a definition of the 9 bodies, is what the Egyptians called that, the human being. We actually had 9 bodies. So I explain it in that context, and I break everything down so that you can really grasp a complete foundation of how to work any magical system and start to have results. Okay. So if you guys don't have Semita Deorum, you really should grab a copy. Or if you're curious more about, you know, the book, ask other people that have it. You know, it's a great book. It's one of those types of things where I channeled it in. You know, the information was just getting downloaded, and I had to keep putting it out there. Okay. And here's another question from Sarah. Sorry, I'm kind of behind on the comments, guys. Joseph has 5 books and is publishing another one right now. He's in the comments. I just want to say I always enjoy your lives. Thank you so much, Sarah. I learned so much, and I like your take on a lot of things. Thank you. I try to keep everything very, very, very realistic, even though it's all fantastic, like fantastical, fantasy, mythical stuff, you know, and man, do I love it. You know, we all love it. That's why we're here. Okay. You have to keep a form of realism. We all are people. We have to be out in the real world and deal with other people. Okay. And with all of this stuff in mind, realism has to be first. Okay. But we should also be able to exist and express our individuality. And so that's what makes Left Hand Path stuff 100% unique, you know. And it's kind of sad because there's a lot of organizations that exist, like the Satanic Temple, for instance, is a fantastic organization. But for instance, I could never associate with them because I like to choose to engage in the idea of magic, and they just 100% will not engage with people that, you know, deal with it. So I mean, that's their choice, but you know, that's really sad. But I'm really happy with, you know, the way that movement went. The idea of putting a Baphomet on any state capital is just a fantastic idea. We should also be able to have freedom of expression. Okay. Sarah says, so what's going to be in the new one coming? If you're talking about my new book, it's actually just got released. That's Mesmerism, The True Powers of the Witch. This book is basically a breakdown of my complete understanding of the mind and the ability of a person to manifest different phenomena, okay, by using mesmerism, or what's known as mesmerism or hypnosis. So this is the complete understanding of what trance is, the different phenomena that can be produced, and then it goes over in depth how to produce all of this phenomena. So you'll be able to sit down with a friend or work with a buddy or something like that. If you, both of you guys get a copy of the book or whatever, you could then sit down and hypnotize or mesmerize your friend and give them full-on hallucinations. You could sit down and do ritual work together, for instance, and give them the experience of seeing demons manifest, of experiencing the spirits. You guys could work together, and then you could also do this with yourself. I go over techniques for that too. You go over it with yourself and then learn how to do these things and set up your own ritual structure to make yourself go into those trance states every time you sit down to do a magical ritual. So it eliminates that having to sort of sit around and just believe in magic. You can actually use hypnotic phenomena and different understandings that are possible with the mind to create every time those things you want to experience. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So the whole idea of rituals in the first place is to get you into an altered state of consciousness. I'm sorry, I'm trying to read the screen at the same time. The whole idea of magical rituals in the first place is to get someone in an altered state of consciousness where they could then connect with the spirit world. Okay. So with that in mind, mesmerism and the study of trance is exactly that. It's science has taken all those techniques from like Anton Mesmer and a bunch of different hypnotists that have, are scientists and doctors, and has, then learned and perfected those skills to be able to display these things to someone else. So we have proof of the actual existence of hypnosis, of trance, and of the different phenomena that can be produced. It's not something that a lot of people are aware of in the public, and it's definitely not something that a lot of occultists know about. Okay, and it should be. This should be the knowledge that you first get before you ever try to cast a magic spell. You should know how the mind works. You should know about what your mind is and what the process is. Okay, it's this weird thing where reality is a circle. Okay, reality is a circle, and humans have this weird thing of where we always look for the beginning and the end. But life is a circle. It's existence in the now. Okay? If you put one foot in the future and one foot in the past, you inevitably piss on the present. I hope that makes sense. Asen asks, is Semita Deorum now available again? It is not, brother. Give me, I'm doing an edit right now, okay, because I hit that sell limit that I originally set. So I'm going to do a re-release and try to get some of the little minor kinks and stuff worked out in there, and then it will be available again, okay? Sarah, should you always be clear-minded when doing trances and spells? What's your take on that? Excuse me. So the idea of clearing your mind, or and this is one thing that I talked about before, the idea of clearing your mind is absolutely absurd. Okay, your mind is a transmitter, so that means that it receives information, okay, and it sends information. So with that in mind, there's no possible way that you can shut it off, because your mind is always on. There's no possible way you can shut it off and stop thinking. There's no possible way you can clear it, because thoughts are always coming in. You're always seeing something, even when your eyes are shut. Your thoughts are always going. Okay, so the idea of clearing it and shutting it off is absurd. Okay, what you should be trying to do with trance is to have a focus. Okay, even if that focus is just, I want to relax. Okay, even if you're just doing it to relax, that's the focus. So you start to think, you know, every breath is making you more relaxed. If you're doing some type of Tai Chi movements, every movement is making you more and more relaxed, or something like that. Okay, is the idea of trance, to have a focus and to go towards that idea, towards that focus. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Another example would be of someone being entranced or fixated, is like going to a comedy show. Okay, comedians do this on purpose, where they have a hook, line, and a sinker, and then try to get you to laugh on cue. So they want you to laugh on a certain cue every time they make a joke or whatever. And every joke might not be funny to you, but they try to build it up and then reissue that joke again, and hopefully it's more funny the second time. Okay, and we're talking about professional comedians that are trained, people that are appearing on TV and stuff like that. They're trained to do this type of stuff. I'm going to make this joke, see if they take it the first time. Okay, maybe it's funny, maybe it's not. I'm talking about something else that's related to that joke, and then build back up to deliver that joke again and see if you take it the second time. I just want to see if you're responding with laughter. Okay, so the idea of entrancing someone can be with any emotion that you want to work with. So you have to understand what trance is. It doesn't have to be relaxing. It could be something totally different. You just have to learn how to work with the different emotions to produce what you want. I hope that helps. Okay. Asen, I'm Evo / invoking the goetic spirits daily, back to back. Is there such thing as doing too much? Any thoughts? Yes, there's a such thing as doing too much. There's a such thing as obsession. Okay, be careful with obsession, because it's going to lead you into the realm of believing in things. And we are occultists should be scientists. Okay, we should be scientists. We're studying this stuff, right? Always be learning. Okay. Right, Larry's right. You should be calming your mind instead of clearing. So we should be studying this stuff, right? The idea is to put it to the test, okay? Put it to the test. Now, you don't want to become obsessed with it and believe in it so much that you think that every day, if you're not trying to evoke the demon or invoke the demon, you're not going to experience it. That's not how any of this works. Okay, what you need to do is engage your imagination. And I know you do a lot, dude. I know you're a dancer, and I've seen some of your videos and stuff, so I know that you engage your imagination in this stuff, because being a performer, regardless of what art it is, takes imagination. Okay, so I know you're doing that part. The thing that you're not doing is probably focusing on your strengths when it comes to the actual manifesting of mental phenomena. Okay, so it's a very unique thing. It's a very unique thing. When you get my books, I go over the 7 telltale signs of trance. Okay, the 7 steps is what I call it in the new book, the 7 steps, because we're going to purposefully try to create each one of these 7 steps. Okay, and the highest step being the full-on illusion or hallucination phase, which is where you can experience, like I said, the spirit phenomena, that whatever you're working with appearing, etc., etc. This is also the phase where you've casted, you can cast a real life spell, a spell or something like that on someone, and have it, take effect. Sarah, what if you're high or buzzed? Should you not be doing anything? Absolutely the opposite of that, Sarah. Okay? It's absolutely the opposite of that. Okay? In ancient times, when they, and I talked about this a lot, I keep repeating this a lot, but I don't mind doing it. In ancient times, that was the way that you got initiated into a lot of covens and sects and various belief systems, was that they would, do an elaborate ritual, which involved you taking some type of magic potion, which of course was a different type of hallucinogen or something like that, or marijuana, which is also in that category, which would get you into an altered state of mind. Okay, alcohol can also do this. That's why they call it spirits. Okay, an altered state of mind, which is trance. And then once you're there, you can start to tap into that extra stuff. Okay, so being buzzed and stuff like that is actually helpful and trying to get yourself to go. It's also something that you should be aware of if you do gain the courage to do some of the things that I write about in my new book. I tell about some of the experiences and some of the stuff I've actually done in the real world, which is like going out to stores, to markets, farmers markets, clubs, bars, stuff like that, and doing this stuff on people in the real world. Okay, using mesmerism not only as a magical practice, but as a performance practice. Okay, so I literally use the same exact techniques in the real world and perform with it in a comedy type of way. Okay, and put people in trance. Okay, and entrance them. And I tell them to do crazy stuff like they can't remember their name. I change their name. I tell them they, don't know where they are or where they're going. I change them into statues and stuff like that. It's all different types of interesting stuff that can be done with the mind. And basically, I use that same understanding of those techniques to apply to my magic. So no one's ever written a book like this, and honestly, I'm sore about it because I wish that someone had, because, it's like, it's something that needs to be here. So that's what, inspired me to write the second book. Joseph says the clear your mind statement is more related to removing the stress, worries, and negatives of the day, week and past, and fixating on the focus of what we desire or being in the state of peace. Yeah. But I think specifically what she's talking about is the idea of meditating in its totality. So with that in mind, you have to understand that even if it's like going towards peace or relaxing, if that's all you focus on, that's all you're going to get. Okay, it's just more relaxed. It's just more the feeling of at peace. That's all that you're going to get. There is more. There is more that you need to be doing. There is a definite path and steps you need to take, and things that you should be testing along the way to see how deep you are within the trance. Okay, there's definitely a lot of stuff that you should know and things you should be looking out for. Okay. And here's Asen. I'm really looking forward to use these powers in my performances, cities, hypnotism, etc. I'm really motivated to learn these. Okay, that's cool, dude. The main thing is test everything, believe nothing. Be a scientist about this. Be a realist about this. Be practical about all of this stuff. It doesn't matter what magical path you want to study. Just make sure that you understand exactly what it is that you're doing, and don't lose your ground. Don't lose reality in this stuff. Okay, you can become obsessed with it. Don't become obsessed with it. Okay, everyone should be able to have, like I said, individuality in their own belief systems, but we don't want to have it turn into obsession. Okay, if you're obsessed with anything, be obsessed with becoming a better person. Be obsessed with yourself. Okay, with bettering yourself. If anything, that should be the thing you're obsessed with, not any demon, angel, God, or spirit other than self. Anything else would be unsatanic. That would not be very Luciferian-like at all. I'm sorry. Now, it's a difference when you idolize something, or, you could idolize something and not be completely obsessed with it and worship it. We want to avoid that. Obsessed with learning, yeah. Obsessed with learning, that's great, yeah. Okay. So with that said, let me see how long I've been on. About 32 minutes-ish. So I'm planning another, taking another night off with my beautiful wife that is right over here. So I probably won't be online posting a bunch of stuff tonight and talking to people. So I will open up for some questions. I'll leave a couple minutes this time because I realized by watching my videos, letting them play back, that sometimes I say, oh, anybody got a question? And my comments are slow. I forget that the comments are slow. So I'll give you guys a chance to shoot some questions out here, and I'll just kind of hang out and see what pops up. Yes, the best kind of obsession is absolutely learning. You should always be an internal student. You should always be looking to better and improve yourself in some type of way. And that's what makes the magic practical. You should always want to be trying to get smarter, or healthier or something like that. You should always be trying to improve some aspect of your life, whether that's your finances, your love life, whatever it is. It should always be something that is a process of improving. Okay. But yeah, talking about some other subjects, there were some posts about Goetia. I saw the poll about what people wanted to see in the group. You guys want more demon lore? Fantastic. Steven's on top of that. He's going to be posting all kinds of stuff about demons and different practices and stuff like that. This is really, really time consuming, guys. I mean, I love doing this stuff, but it's super duper time consuming, and I cannot possibly, just post stuff all the time and stuff like that, and write books and everything. I'm only one person. So I've got people helping me out. It's very important that we have a team of people working together to make this work. You guys got to understand that. This takes a group of people doing this stuff, okay? And happy birthday, Steven. I don't know if I said that already yet on the live, but happy birthday, Steven. It's Steven's birthday today. So shout out to my man, Steven. And here comes the wife.
Happy birthday, Steven.
But yeah, so, this is extremely, it takes a lot of work to get all this stuff done. Okay. So, I'm very happy to have everybody here. I love you guys a lot. I love doing this stuff. And it's great to be able to come together, Asen says, was there a time where you abused your power or made any mistakes, became egotistic? Man, you gonna make me go there on live? Well, I guess if we're being real, let's be real. Go big or go home, right? Yeah, dude, there was. There's been times where I was homeless and hungry, and when you know how to go out and do the dirt, sometimes you do the fucking dirt, But, you learn from going to jail that you don't like jail. And so you figure out how to make the right decisions and you move forward. And, that was when I was much, much younger, of course. I've got a wife and 4 daughters and all of that stuff now. So it took going through that stuff. There was a point where I got super duper obsessed, dude, and was like, Satan, like walking around with the fucking black eyeliner. Dude, it was bad. The people that knew me, I was out there with it. Like, it turned me into a super obsessed with everything. Was like the devil. People tell me, like, God bless you. And I was like, wanting to push them down a flight of stairs. So, yeah, I went through the obsession. I went through that, I joined the Church of Satan when it was super duper popular. I went through all of that type of shit, just know it. So obsession is not a good thing, and that's not the way to go, man. You got to be real and be able to still have relationships with people and stuff like that. We are human beings after all, and people forget about that. So I'll touch on this too. The mark of the beast, the number of the sun, the frequency of the sun is 666, which is the number of man, and that's all man, okay? All men, all man, all the entirety of humanity, not just us on the left-hand path. Every religion goes back to the worship of the sun. Everyone. Okay? So that we should be including the totality of everyone's beliefs with this type of stuff, and not focused on the ideologies themselves, but make it more a focus and study on the phenomena that we can produce. We need to understand the spiritual phenomena that's happening, okay? Why is it that we can make angels and demons and spirits and shit like that manifest? That's the science that we need to study. And I think that, the really unique scientists that did exist, those like Nikola Tesla, were in this same sort of mindset of understanding why, phenomena happens. Okay, instead of getting caught up in the idea of wanting to be right. I hope that makes sense. Okay. Oh, my kids are angry. I hear them.
She's tired.
Yeah, that baby's probably tired. I kept her up all fucking day because she kept me up all fucking night.
Well, she gets to sleep in her new big girl bed now.
Oh, yeah, she just got a new big girl bed today. Yeah, so she's going to hopefully go right out. Oh, yeah, I love that too. Joseph, I always forget to mention that. I get so caught up in 666 that I don't explain the 6 neutrons, 6 electrons, and 6 protons. Absolutely. 100% right on that. But every religion on the planet goes back to the understanding and worship of the sun. I think no one really did a better job of explaining it than the Egyptians did. They really nailed it with the 9 bodies and the, being a star and all of that. They just hit it right, the nail right on the head with, 369 frequency and everything. So I listen to what they say. I figured if they wrote it in stone and it's still standing, and all those colossals and stuff are still out there, then maybe I should listen to those people, Oh, sorry, Jojo. All right, man. I will catch you later. I know you are probably at work. So with that said, guys, I'm open up for a few more questions. And give you guys a chance to just ask whatever you want. What are you guys doing out there? Whatever you're studying, I will offer some insight into that and give you my personal opinion. Somebody asked me, why do I call myself Rev Avi? That is my pen name, okay? But also, I'm an ordained reverend. So I just figured that there should be some people out here that exist and offer people unique services. Perhaps you want to get a wedding or something done, and you don't want a priest there, okay? Or some type of clergyman. People like me exist. I can show up and do some kind of fire offering or something like that. Something very, very magical to represent the union of the two people that is totally different than what you can get with other people's services. That and, funeral services also, should be offered to people like us, and there's not enough of us out here. So that's why I call myself Rev Avi. It's kind of just another one of my stage names, if you will. Okay, so with that said, I'm not seeing any more questions, guys, so I'm going to wrap it up, okay? Much love. Let's keep it live. Keep it positive in the group. We'll try to keep some interesting content flowing in, and I'm going to get Semita Deorum back online for you as soon as I can, Asen. That and keep it growing, guys. There's plenty of people out there that need this information. So, if you want to share these lives, reach out to other people, tell them about this group, invite your friends so we can keep this thing going, all right?
No more gay bashing.
Oh, yeah, that and, like I said, we got to include everybody. So I know I should need to say this, but no gay bashing. We should be bigger than that in this community at least. Like, are you kidding me? And that's all I'm going to say about that. So much love. I'll catch you guys in the next one.